One of the most common topics I get asked to speak about is studying, so I decided to do a deep dive and look for some unique strategies to share with you today. These are studying tips that you probably haven't heard of. Some of them are going to sound strange, but I think it's worth a shot to try these out and see if they work for you. A lot of this information is repackaged from Andrew Huberman's work. I went through roughly 8 hours of his content to source these tips, all of which I will link to in the description box below. With that being said, let's jump right in. The first tip is to use certain sounds to increase your focus and learning. A study was conducted in 2020 where they took groups of people and showed them dozens of letters of the alphabet extremely quickly. One of these letters was colored red. Afterwards, they were asked what the red letter was and also if they saw another letter which was colored black. You can imagine that this exercise is quite hard unless you're extremely focused on what's happening in front of you. While performing these exercises, the participants were subjected to 40 Hz binaural beats, 16 Hz binaural beats, and also no binaural beats, aka the room was silent. The researchers found that the group who performed the exercise while listening to the 40 Hz performed much better than the other two groups, which suggests that 40 Hz binaural beats improves our ability to focus and learn. Huberman recommends using 40 Hz either 5 minutes before a study session or even during it to help you focus. There are also studies on other types of sounds such as white and pink noise, both of which have been shown to help you focus and even improving your sleep. I suggest you try each of these types of sounds out. You can find free apps and YouTube videos of such sounds and see if any works for you. Now, before we move on to the next tip, I'd like to thank Philo, who are the sponsors of today's video. Philo is the world's first live instant tutoring platform. Their application connects students to a tutor live for a one-on-one learning session within 60 seconds. These tutors are available 24/7, and all of them are highly qualified with experts in just about every subject you can think of, including math, the sciences, English, and even programming. And because the sessions are all one-on-one, they can give you a customizable experience to suit your needs. They can help you with homework, revise essays, review your notes, and even exam preparation. They can help you with the SATs, ACTs, and many of the other popular exams around the world. You can make your learning effective by jumping on a quick session with a tutor and having them help you out with whatever problem you are stuck on. So download Philo today by clicking on the link in the description box down below. Now back to the topic at hand. The second tip is called overt visual focus. This is something that is useful for those of you that struggle with getting into the flow of studying. If you're easily distracted in the first few minutes of a study session, this is definitely something you should try out. All you have to do is stare at something for 30 seconds. It could be a dot on the wall, a water bottle on your desk, your plant across the room. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you are maintaining your focus on that specific spot. And if you're wondering, yes, you are allowed to blink. Now, the reason this works is because over 50% of our brain plays a role in processing visual information. So when you purposely direct the focus of your vision onto a single point for an extended period of time, a bunch of mechanisms behind the scene in your brain start to activate. This simple little 30-second exercise will mentally prepare yourself for the study session. It makes it easier for you to focus for a longer period of time. It's almost like revving up the engine of a car before you start a race. The trick gets your body and mind ready for the session. Doing this for just 30 seconds a day will also improve your ability to focus over time, and you can even combine it with the tip from before by listening to 40 Hz binaural beats while staring at something before you start studying. And finally, the last tip we're going to go over today is in regards to improving your memory so that you actually remember what you study. Now, memories are formed through the strengthening of certain neural pathways in our brain, and there's basically 2 ways to go about doing this. The first is through repetition. The more times a certain neural pathway is activated, the stronger the connection becomes. The second way is through intensity. Studies have found a direct correlation between adrenaline and the formation of memories. This may sound surprising, as adrenaline is most commonly known as something that is released when we're stressed or shocked. But this actually makes a lot of sense. Some of the clearest memories that we have from our past are from traumatic moments. Times where we said something embarrassing, witnessed something horrific, or got into a fight. Moments like these release adrenaline, and it turns out that when adrenaline is released, the neurons in our brain fire intensely, making it into a lasting memory. That's why soldiers who come back from war often suffer from PTSD. They have extremely vivid memories of the horrific things they saw on the battlefield, and they can't erase those images no matter how hard they try. Now, how do we take advantage of this in a healthy way? Well, the key, according to studies, is to spike adrenaline right after you learn. And we don't have to put ourselves in life-threatening situations to do this. You can naturally pump your adrenaline by jumping in a cold shower or doing something that scares you, such as approaching a random stranger and starting a conversation right after a study session. And if you're someone who likes to drink coffee, it turns out that caffeine also releases some adrenaline. So the actual best time to drink coffee would be towards the middle or end of a study session as compared to before. I hope this video is helpful. Try out some of the 3 strategies that we've gone over today and let me know if any of them ended up helping you out. Besides that, guys, stay tuned.